It's not wanting to live stream. Let's see if we have a connection. I can't tell. I know we're live, I think. Let me go to my channel. We have some breaking news this morning. Hey, hey Emily, hey little Kelly. How are y'all doing? I didn't notice the side of my face looks so fat. So, how are y'all doing? Okay, let me get out of this. Hey Linda. I'm still getting my fill of morning coffee. I've done chased chickens and climbed fences to get them out of the woods because I let the chickens out. I've been letting them out in the morning to peck around for a couple hours because they need grass in their diet. And then I put them back up. So I usually let them out early. So first up, we're going to talk about R. Kelly. I'm late because I wanted to do a quick video because not everybody watches the live streams, they just want the short video of what's going on. And this is the New York Times. But they arrested R. Kelly last night on child pornography and other federal charges. And they arrested him when he was out walking his dog. Um, Singer was taken into custody in Chicago by federal agents and accused in a 13 count indictment. Oh gosh, gal, he is screwed. They are really coming down on these celebrities that has had like allegations like this against them for years. That like Bill Cosby. They've got Jeffrey Epstein, however you say it. I think it's Epstein. Um, Now they're after R. Kelly. It says the singer R. Kelly, already under indictment in Chicago on state charges of aggravated sexual assault and abuse, was arrested Thursday night by federal agents on charges related to pornography and other federal crimes. He was taken into custody over 13 count indictment that includes enticement of a minor, obstruction of justice, in addition to the child pornography charges. Said Joseph Fitzpatrick, an assistant United States attorney for the Northern District of Illinois. Um, Federal prosecutors in Brooklyn are expected to unveil a separate indictment on Friday containing additional charges against Mr. Kelly. That indictment, Mr. Kelly is charged with one count of racketeering, 4 counts of violating the Mann Act, which prohibits transporting people across state lines for the purpose of prostitution. He's screwed. Mr. Kelly was the only person charged in the indictment, which identifies him as the leader of a racketeering enterprise. He's going to be arraigned today in federal court. They don't know when they're going to bring him back to New York to face charges yet. The federal charges, which will be unsealed on Friday, deepen the legal morass for Mr. Kelly, who has been dodged by allegations of sexual misconduct for decades, but was acquitted on state child pornography charges in 2008. Mr. Kelly, whose real name is Robert S. Kelly, already faces more than a dozen state felony charges related to sexual abuse accusations in Chicago involving four women, three of whom were underage at the time. He was charged with 10 counts in February, with more state charges filed against him in May. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges. He was arrested while walking his dog by New York detectives and federal agents from Homeland Security Investigations, who built the case with the New York Police Department. Mr. Kelly's lawyer said in a statement that Mr. Kelly was aware of the investigation and the charges were not a surprise. Oh, come on now. If you're walking your dog and you get arrested for child pornography, I mean, that would come as a surprise. You're being arrested walking your dog. This is sick. I mean, I liked R. Kelly's music and all that, but if he did all this, mm-mm-mm. And R. Kelly's arrest makes the second case in a week in which federal authorities have pursued high-profile figures for charges related to sexual abuse involving minors. Jeffrey Epstein, the New York financier, who for 4 years has faced allegations involving underage girls. So sick, guys. I've not been looking at the chat. Hey, Winky. Let me get out of this for a minute. It's hard for me to scroll that chat on my phone, so I'll pull it up on YouTube here. I just wanted to use my phone because I was going to use Streamlabs. Put R. Kelly's mugshot up there, and of course, we're going to be talking about Savannah too. True Crime Truth Finders, Katie and me did an interview with a guy that worked with David Sparks, his wife actually, and it was pretty interesting. Hey, Winky, thank you, Winky. Yeah, he's one sick puppy, isn't he? Remy, it's not the dog's fault. His owner is a douche. Yeah, yeah. Linda said, I left my DNA on that like button. That's so funny. Nothing happened to, I don't know what happened to the dog. I mean, I guess someone come and took it. Who knows? The investigators probably took it home for him. Maybe he wasn't that far from home when he was arrested, I'm assuming. Hey, Jenny. I'm not sure, Jenny, if Savannah had postpartum depression or not. Um, Hold on a minute. Let me get out of here. Let me pull some stuff about Savannah. They did confirm that that was Savannah's remains, which we all knew it was, but they have to be positive. Um, her dad said now justice is served. Well, it will be if they charge him for murder and he is convicted. I am wondering if all the guys that she was seen with, I'm wondering if they were involved also. We're going to listen to an interview here in just a second, and then we'll talk more. Let me get my Bluetooth here. We're going to listen to the interview that Katie and I did. Well, it's not going to find it on my own channel. I'm trying to type with one hand. Well, how come it won't play?
David's house, the one, the one he lived with before he moved in with his parents.
I know.
And
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
looking into it.
So this is the interview with David Sparks' co-worker's wife. If I can figure out how it's not wanting to play right. So let's just start it over.
Welcome to another episode of TCTF, True Crime Truth Finders.
When he moved in with his parents, had her arm around.
About this. I was reading a couple articles right before I called you, and everything kept saying that there were 2 men that were last seen with Savannah. And I'm like, everything I've seen has said 3. You don't have to tell me the names or anything, or like if you do, I don't have to include them. But do you have any insight on that? Or like, was it 2 or was it the 3? And, tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, so in the picture where they were seen leaving the bar, there was a black man that Savannah was had her arm around her or whatever, and then there was David. So that black man was there, and then there was another black man with them. So there was 3 men in total. And I guess they have all left together and went to David's house, which David actually lived in a different house. I guess he actually moved in with his parents where the remains were found. That was his parents' house.
Gotcha.
Can y'all hear?
Okay, so the other house that he lived in is that I actually did a video a few months ago. There's a lady named Grace, and she lives in the area, and she went on a street called Price Court. Is that the address you're talking about where he lived when this happened?
Yes, I don't know if that's the address, but I know that he did live in a different home before moving in with his parents.
Do you have any idea when he moved in with his parents?
No, I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, sure, no problem.
What kind of guys were they? Do you know what kind of personality David Sparks had?
No, I never really got into all that. My husband, they were just acquaintances at work. He never really got into detail about what kind of man he was.
I've kind of heard that David lived at that house on Price Court, but then his parents lived at the house on Fallick Road. And obviously, remains were found at Fallick Road. So I was reading something else. Again, there seems to be more contradictory information now that more information is coming out. But I had originally thought that Savannah was last seen. I had heard both properties. Do you know anything more on that? Did they go to Price Court and then go to David's parents' house? Or, I don't know, I just find it weird that I would not take somebody back to my parents' house if I had a house of my own. I don't know. It just kind of seemed weird.
I want to pause that for a second. I was thinking about maybe that his parents had an extra house or something, Katie. You know what I'm saying? That they let him stay in or something. Okay.
Okay, so the story that David was telling, my husband and people at Alltech, okay, so they had left the bar, and I guess they had went to David's house, the one he lived with before he moved in with his parents. And, they were all there, and I never heard of him going to his parents' house.
Sure. Okay. So I wonder if maybe people were just assuming that he was at his parents' house at that time because that's where he lives now and because that's where the remains were found. So obviously they had to have, at least he had to have moved her or he had to have had help. And I know that when someone's dead weight, they're even harder to move. So I would assume that he had help. Now that you're telling, me some of this information, I piece it together and I'm thinking he had to have had help. And if he didn't, he's just one strong, SOB. If not, he had to have had help, So I wonder if some more arrests are going to be coming and if those other 2 men or if maybe someone in his family or something actually helped him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well. Because in the video with you see the police getting the big metal box, there had to have been more than one person carrying that box, unless the box was already there.
Absolutely. I think that box came from his truck. I was looking at a picture from.
I'm going to pause for just a second because I saw your message, Katie. This morning, I was actually thinking she could have known David Sparks before that night at the bar. Just because he wasn't on her Facebook or anything doesn't mean that they couldn't have known each other in the past.
Inside Edition had a picture of his truck. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, and like his specific truck had something that it obviously we were looking at it at two different times of day, and everything from last night was super dark, but like you said, it was really heavy, and it looked like one of those utility boxes for a truck. I was trying to find a picture of David's truck and trying to figure out maybe when that box was removed from his truck, because obviously they moved her somewhere, so now I have even more questions than I had before. So you said that David was telling people, he had his own story that he was telling people at Alltech. Is that something that, do you know if he talked about it a lot, or if it was just something like he came back to work after everyone realized Savannah was missing and people had questions, or if he was just trying to, tell people his side, or do you have any insight on any of that?
Yeah, like when I first saw that Savannah was missing, I didn't know who she was. Me and my friend were at my house, and we just were looking at the news and stuff. And that afternoon, my husband in the morning, the next day, we were talking about it. He was like, "Hey, have you seen on the news that some girl is missing?" And she was in the picture there was two men. And I was like, "Yeah, me and my friend were just talking about that yesterday." And he was like, "Those are the men I work with." And I was like, "Are you serious?" It was really shocking. And a couple weeks after that, my husband told me that, okay, so the story is that they left the bar and went to David's house. And while they were at David's house, she just had kids. I guess they were trying to have sex with her.
Sure.
Or I don't know exactly what, but supposedly she had gave all three of them oral sex, and one of the other men that was there actually recorded her doing it, and he was actually showing people the video at work, his coworkers. And after that, I guess the other two men besides David, they left, and supposedly they were the police ruled them out basically because they were seen at a gas station on video at some time in the morning. I'm not sure. And then, okay, so the next morning when she woke up, Savannah, I guess David was somewhere else in the house, and she was asleep in David's bed. And she woke up and went, walked to him, and she asked him, where she was, what county she was in, and he supposedly told her, and then she went back to bed. That's the story David's telling. And then he said that she woke up and left. He doesn't know where she went, who was supposed to come get her, or nothing.
But he willingly told people that she performed oral sex on all three of them and that they recorded. You should see my mouth right now.
I guess one of the men actually had a video of her doing that to them. She was drunk. She doesn't know what she was doing.
Sure.
And now after all this happened, it's just really crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it sometimes it just shocks me what people are willing to tell people, and then it makes me wonder what they're hiding, because if they were willing to go to that length to say, hey, she did this, it's almost like, what are they trying to cover up? I immediately think back to, and I apologize, there's no other really way to say it, but there's people that have said she's been gang raped, and that might have happened, and that might have been an issue, and my aunt knows.
Okay, guys, so I want to pause. Can you believe that those guys were allegedly showing a video of Savannah giving oral sex to them that night? What in the hell is wrong with these guys? They sound like real pieces of shit. Hey, Will. Good morning. How are you? Good morning, Bad. Hey, Mel. Yeah, I knew that was you, Will. I subscribe to your channel. Y'all check out Will's channel. Click on his name, Will Star. There, he's got a second channel. It's pretty good. Yeah, they are sick, Emily. Completely sick.
I know I told you this, but like my aunt knows her cousin, and this is obviously like not something that I just want to like nonchalantly, throw out there that something like this would happen, but it almost makes me wonder if they were willing to say, oh yeah, she performed oral sex on all three of us, and it almost kind of like a precursor. It's like, baiting everyone to be like, so if something, if she's ever found and there's any signs of rape or any signs of this or that, they're kind of like throwing it in like, no, this was willingly. You know what I mean? That's immediately what I go to, and that just like it gives me the chills, and it like this is a lot sicker than I thought. I didn't want to believe that.
That's always been my theory.
Yeah.
They all ganged up and did that. Now that's just a theory, but it makes me think that maybe it's true because she just said that Savannah had a baby, so she, I guess she shouldn't have sex. Maybe that upsets me. Yeah, I can't have sex. I could just do oral,
Yeah.
because I couldn't have babies, and maybe that enraged them where they were drunk. Maybe it bruised their ego. Maybe she turned them down, and I guess they were just showing the video because they're bad people.
Yeah, like what I was thinking is that, like, I know supposedly the other two men were seen on like surveillance video at a gas station, so they have left David's house. I'm not sure like anything else happened, if that's like when like they killed her or what happened and like they hid her body. I don't know, but like if that is the case where the other two men left, David was the only one with her. Like, David was supposedly the last one to see her. Supposedly she woke up and left, but obviously still alive now. Maybe he raped her. She's threatening to, like, go to the police, and so he had to, like, kill her. Maybe his family helped him. Like, who knows what happened.
Yeah. I also would find it, I know you said that you had heard that maybe the other two men were ruled out because they were seen at a gas station later in the morning or something, and I almost wonder if they were kind of initially going with that theory, but
how can they rule those guys out when they don't know exactly when Savannah died?
That's what I'm thinking.
If she died that night, or
I don't think that they can. I think what I think maybe is that now that they're putting all this together, they're either realizing he had to have had help, like what you said. I mean, that box they were carrying out, I think there were 3 men. I mean, it was dark. Yeah, like.
That looks like a toolbox.
Yeah, it's huge. It wouldn't even fit in the coroner's van.
David's a little guy. Like, I can't see him carrying that by himself.
No, there's.
So what I think happened is they all went partying, and it looks like things got pretty wild, allegedly, and maybe they all gang raped her and killed her. I just got an alert or something. Oh, thank you, Will. On wrong channel, but still can show the love. Have to get going. We'll watch reset later. Smash like button, people. Oh, thank you, Will. Will Star is 411 now. He has a second channel, so y'all please check out his channel. Will has great content. And he's a great person. I was going to see. I can't get the link right now because I'm using my phone. Yeah, Will is awesome. He's very kind. More hearts, Will. You're awesome. I got sidetracked and couldn't think of what I was going to say. What I was doing. This is sick. It's untelling what all went on. I mean, it sounds like they took advantage of a very, very intoxicated woman. Allegedly, those guys supposedly left, and it was just Savannah and David that night. And I guess, what was it they said, Katie, that she was passing out smoking a cigarette? Maybe she burned his bed or something. Maybe he snapped on her. Maybe those guys, since they were showing that video at work, maybe they didn't know Savannah was deceased. Maybe after they left, he got pissed off because she burned his bed and, she was just so drunk and out of it that he like snapped on her. And also, maybe it could have bruised his ego or the other guys, that she couldn't have sex. She had just had babies, a set of twins in December. They were only like 6 weeks old, I believe, 5 or 6 weeks old when she went missing. Yeah, I mean, she was pretty messed up. And something else that I thought, is what if they gave her some kind of drugs and she OD'd that night? I mean, that's a possibility. It's a possibility that, like, they didn't, like, strangle her or stab her, violently, that maybe they gave her, drugs. Maybe they woke up and she was dead. We don't know at this point. I guess we'll have to, wait on the autopsy. I could sit here and speculate all day. I'm just so curious to know what happened to her. She was such a beautiful girl. Oh my God, yes, I didn't even include that. I forgot. I don't know. I don't know where it went. Holy crap. Oh yeah, Katie, about the cigarette? Yeah. Yeah. Can't even go out and have fun. She was just a young, beautiful mother, wanting to have a little fun. But yesterday I was thinking, or this morning, I was like, back in the day when I used to party and stuff, I used to run into people that I knew out. And I was just thinking to myself, they weren't always on my Facebook and stuff like that. I was thinking she could have known him from before, you know. And I think I saw something in the chat, Katie, saying that, yeah, they had went out like 8 years before that. I was wondering why she would leave the bar. I mean, besides her being really drunk with those guys and her not knowing them and going like 30 or 40 miles away. I didn't know if it was just that she was drunk or she knew them. It's not always strangers that's the danger. That's for sure. Before I forget about it, Noah Tomlin, um, I can't talk, transferred Noah Tomlin's mother, Julie, to Hampton Road Regional Jail. I don't know why. I read an article. There's really no updates until they get the autopsy back for Noah. Um, she was, let's see, she was previously at Hampton City Jail, but they transferred her to Hampton's Road Regional Jail in Portsmouth. And she's not due back in court until July 29th. I hope they throw the book at her. I hope they charge her first degree murder. I hope she gets the death sentence. I'm wondering what's going to be coming up with the AJ Friend case. Oh, wow, look at this. So, Joanne Cunningham, AJ Friend's mother, gave birth to her baby. She had a baby girl, newborn sister of deceased 5-year-old boy. AJ Friend is put into state custody, and they're waiting for a paternity test. I'm going to have to do a video on this. The newborn sister, 5-year-old AJ Friend, whose body was found in a shallow grave in Illinois in April, is to remain in the Department of Children and Family Services custody at least until paternity test results. The mother of the two children, Joanne Cunningham, is facing trial on first-degree murder charges related to AJ's death. She is accused of hiding her son's body before falsely reporting him missing. Well, Andrew Friend Sr. did too. Okay, here it says that. The father did too. They're, of course, they're in the McHenry County Jail in Illinois on a $5 million bond. Joanne Cunningham is due in criminal court on August 29th, and Andrew Friend Sr. is due on July 16th. They both pleaded not guilty. Cunningham was about 7 months pregnant at the time of her arrest. She gave birth to the baby girl, AJ's sister, named Gracie Fates, on May 31st. The mom was given 2 days with her newborn in the hospital before the infant was put into state protective custody. Given 2 days with the baby in the hospital. Are they serious? This woman beat and murdered her son, and they threw him away like a piece of trash. I'd have been scared for her to even hold the baby. That really just pissed me off. Are you buffering? Oh, it actually... Okay, Mel, that's okay. Oh, Shirley, did you put your video up about the feather box? I know you sent me a picture, but I'll have to go look. I didn't know Joanne gave birth. I hadn't been looking for updates, though. I can't believe it didn't notify me of that. That is so crazy. So I have a question for y'all. Did y'all see on TV where that money truck was going down the highway, that armed truck, and the back door came open and all that money went out on the highway? Would y'all stop and pick some up or not? People were taking videos of the people picking up the money on the side of the road, and I was watching someone else's live stream, and I'm like them. They was like, have y'all never heard of Robin Hood? It's like the bank's money, they got insurance on it, but my hubby said, oh, that still doesn't make it right. I'm just wondering what y'all would do. Would you pick up some of the money or not? Oh my gosh, here's some foreign man messaging me on Messenger. Jesus Christ, people, get a life. Donna Marie, I wouldn't. I wouldn't either because I'd be afraid I'd get in trouble. Alley Cat says, yes. Southern Mom, yes. Just Ellie, I did. You did? Really, Ellie? Don't tell anybody that. Alley Cat, thank you very much for the compliment. Oh, really, Katie? Well, I didn't say much in the interview because you sent me a list of questions, what you were going to ask her, and there was no use. You know what you wanted to ask. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't say much because I knew what you was going to ask. Linda says she wasn't. Hey, Verbal. Yeah, R. Kelly was arrested. Hey, XOMOs. How are you? Long time no see. I wonder if all that stuff is true against him. I didn't know that he married that Alea when she was just 15 years old. I'm like, what the crap? Is that how she got her start? Because she married R. Kelly? I can't believe someone let their daughter marry an older man like that when they're 15 years old. What is the world coming to? I'd get busted for sure, XOMOs, if I tried something like that on the side of the highway, girl. No, we can't let the identity be known of our informant, Katie. Absolutely not. She knows. That girl knows. We won't say her name. Crap, I can't even remember it for number one. Good morning, Bethiam. Hey, Michelle. Her parents signed off on it. Oh my goodness, lady, what do you want, child? This dog is like, she's like sitting right here, and she's just like looking at me. I wake up every morning to her doing that. What do you want, baby? Federal sex charges. Oh my goodness. R. Kelly's so screwed. Well, him and his attorney allege this is people accusing him of doing these type of things for their own personal gain. Let me fix something right here.
Overnight, R&B star R. Kelly arrested in
crap?
Chicago on federal sex crime charges. Two law enforcement sources tell NBC News. A spokesman, U.S. attorneys.
Sorry, I just messed my own video up. I was trying to fix something on my phone. Okay. Now, let me walk through the house so I can grab something. Yeah, I didn't mean for that to play and bust everybody's ear. See, they knew it came out of the armored truck, so it's not theirs to keep. I know it, Karen. I know. That's what my hubby said too. I wouldn't have done it anyways. I would have been afraid I'd get in trouble. And it's not right. It's not. But it'd be hard to pass up. Some people. Beth, I did not get to see the R. Kelly documentary. But I will be watching it now. You know, I usually don't do stuff on like celebrities and all those reality stars unless it's like a crime or something. I wish I'd have done that Amber Portwood from Teen Mom the other day, but I just didn't have time. Crap, I can barely keep up with the cases that I want to do stuff on, you know? Well, Sarah, good luck at your doctor's appointment. He is a pig. Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe you could say if one person accused you of something like that, maybe he could say, like, it was for their own personal gain. But gosh, there's like so many young girls or grown women now that have come out and said that R. Kelly done stuff to them when they were underage. That is sick. What's wrong with some of these celebrities and these millionaires? They think that they can just do whatever they want because they're rich and because they're famous. It's a bunch of bull crap. I wonder what's up with the racketeering charges that he got. I'm not really sure what racketeering means. I know I'm in true crime and I don't know what that means, but I really don't know what the definition of racketeering means. Oh, Beth says he went to shopping malls to try to pick up girls. I know that Jeffrey Epstein, he got other young girls to recruit underage girls, stand outside the high schools. You know, he preyed on teenage girls that weren't from good homes or didn't, have a good family, didn't have much money. He preyed on girls like that. Such a freaking predator. I know a predator that is around here. His granddaddy was a famous bluegrass singer. Everybody just like ignores it. And this guy's like got his own like little Christian station and stuff too. On like our local station here. And it is like so sickening. I better not say much about it because you can't accuse people of stuff, but it's like a well-known fact, and I know someone that he tried to groom. Just buy this and that because they are rich. And, I don't know. It's just sickening. And everybody acts like it doesn't happen, I guess, because he's from a family with status. Yep, Karen, that's exactly who I'm talking about. Yeah, little Kelly. I'm still here, girl. Maurice, that means dishonest and fraudulent business dealings, racketeering. Oh, okay, cool. Same as extortion. Okay. Yeah, Ellie, that's who it is. Yeah, it's his grandson. Mm-hmm. See, Ralph Stanley. Well, I just might as well say his name. It's in the chat. Ralph Stanley, just from the next town over. Yeah. Well, actually, it's for about two towns over, I guess. But he lived in the next town over. Ralph Stanley was a good guy. I love Ralph Stanley. I love that song, "Oh Death," Ellie. Oh, I love that song. Hi, Level Rogue. Yes, verbal. It's a power thing as well as a sex thing. It's about the predator having control over the victim. It just makes me sick. Oh, do you, Leanne? You know Donna Stanley? I don't know her. Who is that? Is that his wife? Ralph's wife? My sister-in-law used to do her hair. Ralph Stanley's wife. Yeah, it's a funeral song, Karen, and it was in that movie Brother, Where Art Thou? I think Ralph won didn't he win like a something for that? Something at the CMT Awards he won for that, a Grammy, I think he won. Yeah, Leanne, he is sick. Very sick. Hey Valerie, how are you? I was on camera, Valerie. You got here too late. I had to take it's a good thing about Streamlabs. Well, you can see me a little bit. It's a good thing about Streamlabs. You can fix the picture to where you can smoke. I had it fixed. Better. There. Well, I keep messing it up. As good as I can get it. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna try uh to say this name is Woho. Woho True Crime. I can Woho. Hey Mary. Quite contrary. Tell your mom hi. Sorry, Cece, sorry, I had to leave the movie last night. What movie? Oh, Katie, is that how you pronounce it? Well, oh. Well, guys, I think the paranormal movie, Marie. I haven't been to the movies since I went and seen Beauty and the Beast. Well, I'm going to get off here. I got to get some things done. Got some videos to work on, probably. Thanks for chatting with me, guys. I love y'all. Y'all have a great day. Well, how true crime? Yeah, it's like wool. Wool, true crime. Oh. Wool, true crime. Wool, true crime. Oh, okay, thank you. I can pronounce it now. Okay, guys, I love y'all. Y'all have a great day.